Hello, my name is Larry and welcome to my YouTube channel called the 956 Studio. Today's video is going to be a pretty interesting video. It's Chinese TEMU sellers use fake postage labels to boost their profits. Now folks, this has been something that we've been dealing with here in the United States for 10, 12 years. And I've often wondered, as a business owner myself and having a website for over that long period of time, I've often wondered how the Chinese could ship from China to here in the United States for 99 cents or $1.99. And here myself, if I want to ship from right here in this location in Texas, 4 blocks down the street, it costs $4 to $5 for a same 3-ounce, 4-ounce package. So this right here, this topic has shed a lot of light on it, and now I understand how they can do it. At one point in time, I know the United States, the Democrats, I guess you could say, or somebody in that organization was actually subsidizing shipping from China to help get the goods over here. But I'm not sure what's true anymore, but I do know this topic today is true. So let's dive right into it. Now, we're probably going to have some background noise behind me. You'll see a little air conditioners here, and it's we're in Texas, on the Mexican border in South Texas. So it is extremely hot today, and we got to have a little cool air in this office, or else I'd be sweating profusely. Some vendors have figured out how to maintain ultra low prices. They tricked the US Postal Service into delivering products for free. Now, we're talking about sites like TEMU, and we're talking about sites like Alibaba, AliExpress, Shendi or something like that, SHEINDI or something. You can do your research, you'll find a bunch of them out there, not just a few that I've mentioned here in this video. So stick around, you're going to want to hear what I have to say on this. Some TEMU sellers use fake shipping labels to avoid delivery costs within the United States. Scammers advertise counterfeit United States Postal Service postage on Chinese social media, charging as little as 50 cents or 60 cents to deliver packages in America. Imagine that, folks. The Postal Service loses millions of dollars a year to counterfeit postage and is cracking down. Some Chinese TEMU merchants are padding their profits by using counterfeit postage labels to trick the United States Postal Service into delivering packages for free. Yes, I said for free. Posts on Chinese social media openly promote fake labels for as little as 60 cents, and the scam costs the United States Postal Service millions of dollars a year. The rest of the world has found out from an interview with sellers, logistics operators, and postal employees. A de minimis exemption, which previously allowed parcels valued under $800 to enter the U.S. duty-free, drew millions of Americans to Chinese e-commerce platforms such as TEMU and Shein, S-H-E-I-N-E. President Donald Trump briefly revoked the provision in early February. Merchants have tried to evade the de minimis crackdown, first proposed by the Biden administration, by restoring goods in bulk in the U.S., but others are turning to illegal methods such as counterfeit postage to keep costs low. Creating, distributing, and buying fake postal labels is a crime, and overseas warehouse operators also risk significant jail time by processing parcels with these labels. It is likely that only a small minority of merchants use counterfeit labels, but these numbers could rise as logistics costs increase. Shipping is a major cost for e-commerce sellers, with the United States Postal Service charging up to $10 for a parcel weighing up to 2 pounds, around 1 kilogram. It's millions upon millions of dollars. It's a huge problem, folks. It's a huge problem. A person familiar with investigations by the United States Postal Inspection Service stated, which is responsible for cracking down on postal crimes. He told Rest of the World, referring to losses caused by counterfeit shipping labels. The person requested anonymity, A-N-O-N-Y-M-I-T-Y, because they were not authorized to speak to the media. The sheer amount of loss is astronomical, they said. Now, I can't say that word, but I'll spell it each time. Chinese merchants using counterfeit postage labels tend to work with small warehouses in the U.S. that are willing to bear the legal risk of processing such packages. 3 people in the logistics industry told Rest of the World the merchants send digital files of the counterfeit labels, which have details of shipper and recipient, a tracking number, and a barcode, to the warehouse. Workers there print out the labels, affix them to the packages, and drop them off at all post offices. U.S. tariffs on China can't slow the impact of Chinese imports worldwide. One TEMU merchant has been purchasing 1,000 to 2,000 fake labels daily and sending them as PDF to a U.S.-based warehouse since November, he told Rest of the World. The labels would typically cost more than $8 each, but the fake ones cost only 5 yen, 68 cents each, he said, requesting to be anonymous as his activity is against platform policy. With the low prices listed on TEMU, I will never be able to make money if I paid the legitimate shipping, said the merchant. That's where I'm at. That's why my business is folded at TX Dash Covers. We can't compete with them on shipping. A spokesperson for TEMU told the rest of the world that fake labels are strictly prohibited on the platform. But they really don't do nothing about it. They can't even catch them. We can't catch them. We're the Postal Service, right? Merchants who engage in fraudulent practices could face account suspension, penalties, and potential legal action as they violate the platform's policies, the TEMU spokesperson said. The spokesperson did not respond to charges by some merchants that there was too much pressure to keep prices low on the platform. With the low prices listed on TEMU, I would never be able to make money if I paid the legitimate shipping. We encourage merchants to compete on product quality, innovation, and customer service, not through deceptive or illegal tactics, the spokesperson said in an email. That's a bunch of BS. The use of fake shipping labels precedes the de minimis crackdown in May of 2023. Authorities arrested a California logistics operator who pleaded guilty to defrauding the Postal Service out of more than $150 million by using counterfeit postage to ship millions of packages for Chinese businesses. Her co-defendant developed a computer program to create counterfeit postage shipping labels in China. The operator faces up to 10 years in prison. Pretty light, probably for the money they made. A larger percentage of e-commerce suppliers to the U.S. are based in China, while individuals in the U.S. and other countries also make counterfeit postage. The United States Postal Inspection Service is aware that a large share of the labels come from China. The person familiar with this investigation said in 2024, the postal officials held discussions with Chinese authorities in the U.S. about combating the crime, and the Chinese officials responded positively, the person said, without providing details. A spokesperson for United States Postal Service Inspection Services said it is working to continuously identify counterfeit postage. Recently, it intercepted packages affixed with counterfeit postage from entering the U.S. from ports in New York and Los Angeles. Postal Inspection Services did not respond to the rest of the world's questions on prevalence of the crime and loopholes in the postal system. Imagine that. The Postal Service doesn't do much anyway, folks. They take our money and throw our packages in the wrong location. A Chinese immigrant who has set up a warehouse in his home prints U.S. Post. Two postal workers in New York City told the rest of the world they had encountered shipping labels they suspected to be fake, but the packages were still sent out for delivery. Imagine that. That's the quality of postal employees we have. They see there's a problem, but they do literally nothing because they're too damn lazy. If the packages were not intercepted at the previous stages, it was not on us to do anything. Wow, whoa. One of the United States Postal employees said, requesting to be not recognized because he was not authorized to speak to the media. It costs a lot of manpower to inspect the packages. Well, we know that, but you got to do something. You just can't let it go rampant. Counterfeit labels are easy to access. On Chinese social media network Zhaya Zhongshu, also known as Red Note, dozens of users were recently peddling fraudulent labels using euphemisms like Kijidan, which means tech label, and Po Shudan, meaning running water label. When the rest of the world inquired about the rates, 3 vendors offered to sell labels at 60 to 80 cents each, saying they could be used anywhere in the United States or America. A few vendors also advertised fake U.S. shipping labels. Man, right out in the open, folks. Some sellers are scammed into buying counterfeit posts. Ilana Wang, owner of Shanghai-based contact lens company Momo Lens, bought hundreds of United States shipping labels at $3 each from a warehouse operator in 2024. She told the rest of the world about a month later, one batch of her TEMU shipments were seized by postal authorities, costing her more than $10,000 in lost products and a penalty for TEMU for failed deliveries, she stated. She also said, if I can turn 70% of my costs down to 10% by cheating, it's a pretty good deal. I would think so. She realized the labels were fake and has since switched to using legitimate postage. We want to do long-term business, she said. We didn't want to profit from the loopholes. You know damn well you did right off the bat. You just didn't want to get caught. Still, fraudulent shipping likely accounts for a very small percentage of the industry, driven by an incentive to cut costs. Matthew Hertz, Chief Executive Officer at Third Person, a platform that connects businesses with fulfillment partners, told the rest of the world. For a commercial customer, United States Postal charges about $4 to $5 to deliver a small parcel that weighs less than 1 pound, and $8 to $10 for items weighing 2 to 3 pounds. he estimated. And that's pretty good numbers there, I believe it. I've been shipping for a long time, and I know the costs are extremely high for what the Postal Service does. About 60 to 70% of the total logistics cost is small package and shipping. He said if I can turn 70% of my cost down to 10% of cheating, it's a pretty good deal, just like stated above. Suppliers of unbranded products sometimes resort to illegitimate methods, including counterfeit postage and brushing schemes, in order to make more money out of the thin margins, according to Lin Zhang, an associate professor at the University of New Hampshire who studies the Chinese e-commerce industry. Brushing scams involve sellers creating fake buyer accounts to pump up product reviews. We know that all too well, folks. I'm guarantee you've seen sites that have got all kinds of reviews. We don't hardly have any views on our website at tx-covers.com, simply because we're legit. Such practices add to the regulatory risk TEMU faces in the U.S., Zhang told the rest of the world. China is providing what American consumers need, but it's provided at a cost. More measures targeting the cross-border Chinese e-commerce industry could follow. Given the administration's overall attitude on tariffs, manufacturing, and tech competition with China, shipping fraud will inevitably become part of the collective evidence against Chinese platforms, Zhang stated. The TEMU merchant who buys thousands of fraudulent postal labels said he was aware of the risk and of his goods getting seized and the TEMU imposing penalty on his business, but since most of the fake labels have led to successful deliveries, the risk was worth it, he stated. So hey, criminals will be criminals. I can't accept paying some fines because I can accept paying some fines because I'm making way more in profit. There we go, folks. Pretty straightforward. I mean, he's just telling it like it is. Well, guys, I've rambled on enough. That is the whole story. I think all in a ball of wax. The Chinese have been screwing the United States Postal Service out of millions of dollars with fake shipping labels to put it all in one ball of wax. And here us U.S. sellers that have been in business 20 to 24 years are struggling to ship a package for $4 to $5 3 blocks down the street from our warehouse, but the Chinese are shipping it from across the other side of the world to you for 99 cents and $1 or less, sometimes free shipping. We often wonder as a business owner why our business is failing, especially under the last administration. They've done little to curb the outside interest in the e-commerce websites and have therefore put a lot of us small business almost completely out of business. Now we're struggling to stay alive today. We are going to try to recover from the last 4 years that we lost our ass in, and we would just really love it if you'd give us an opportunity to serve you as a local business at tx-covers.com. We also ask that you hit the thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Therefore, when our next video comes out, you'll be one of the first notified, and we'd hope that you watch it with sincerity. And again, thumbs up, like, and subscribe. We really appreciate you watching. Stick around for our next video. Thanks again.